Hello, it's Michael, TradeWinds RV Center here. Congratulate you on your grand design. Imagine 2500 RL travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things taken into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for this awning. Big awning. On your off campsite, besides your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord, all the way on the rear corner on your off camp side, your driver's side of your tow vehicle, and then your docking station at the very front of the same side. So park accordingly so you utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you're going to do is level our unit. Unit comes with a power tongue jack. Retract to bring it down, extend to bring it up. Got a little light that comes on in case you arrive at night. Should you lose power, underneath this rubber stopper right here, your hand crank for your stabilizing jacks will get on there and bring that up and down. Fair warning, these little rubber stoppers will leave some black on your fingers, so use it only if you have to. Once we got our unit level, next thing we can do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit got these stabilizing jacks, 3/4 inch hand crank. Put these on here and run them down. As they come down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Those jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in summer, better distribute the weight. Good investment. Use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack and run these down just until it's taut. Once I've got some resistance on the hand crank, we know we're stabilizing. So run all 4 of them down. Get your unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Big long 30 amp cord plugs in the rear here. The way they go on now is it'll go on, say 10 o'clock here, turn it to noon, put on your gray washer, you're locked in there. Should you need to plug into a 110, your convenience pack will have a 30 to 15 amp reducer that you can plug in the other end of that. Got your power hooked up, let's hook up our water. At campsites, we're going to use the docking station up here. We're going to hook up to this city water connection. Point this down to city water connection, grab your water pressure regulator. These water pressure regulators are going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. I always use these when putting fluid in your unit here. Put that in there. Again, make sure that's pointed down to city water. Don't turn on your water yet. One more step. Let's find your hot water heater. Your hot water heater is going to be over on the campsite, just above your tires. And all we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our drain plug's back in there. Get that in there nice and snug with some plumber's tape, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get some plumber's tape on that, get it in there. Go ahead and turn that hose on. Now after that hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside, open up the slide if you need to get inside and open up all of your water taps. Get all of your water lines opened up, get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Then you can shut off your connections inside and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go camping, or we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our potable water out here. We're going to turn this up to fresh tank fill and fill up our tank out here. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right there, or on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Once that shows full, put that cap back on there, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump inside. Don't turn on your water pump and hook to the city water that's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing here in the docking station. Up top, we've got a couple of 110s, living room cable, bedroom cables, a battery disconnect. That'll disconnect all the battery power to the unit. Again, our water connections, a spray port hose, little light for docking in here, a little docking light up front here. Again, our fresh water, black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our tanks. Another docking light for outdoors. Down there is where we'll dump our black and gray tanks. These are access to the back of your fridge. Again, our power. Get a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Also prep for a backup camera. Got a spare tire? I recommend getting a cover for that. That'll help keep it from dry rotting. Come down our campsite. You got a couple of outdoor speakers, a vent for your hood range. Again, our hot water heater. To the right of that is going to be a flue for our furnace. A couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. And two, if you are running your furnace steer clear off that, it does get hot. A couple 110s out here. The spray port hose that's in the docking station, you can unhook that and bring it over to this side. Entry doorway here for our bedroom. Separate entry. All of our hitch work. Another light over here for our docking station, another 110. Or for our storage here. The propane does come with a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. Check your battery posts every now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. What covers everything out here? So take a look on the inside. Coming up in the unit, first thing I always like to point out is a fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Also up to the top to the right is a little docking station here. Control panel. There's your brand new battery. Here's where you check your fresh, black, and gray tanks. Freshwater ones I said to hold down when you're filling up your potable water. Ceiling lights, awning light. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using that potable water. On your water heater, here turn it on for gas, here turn it on for electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. Our slide in and out, we'll utilize that. We're closing that back up. And our awning. On your awning, you only want to extend that until you see your silver bar. If you hold that down, that will continue to run itself out past that point and start to run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. We're going to shut that awning light off. As that runs in, we'll grab the door here and tell you that slam locks work best when gently slammed. All right, we got our recliner here. Looks like it might be pull shoot. Yeah, reach in here and what I call a parachute pull. Pull up on that and that'll kick your recliner out. These are wall away, so as you come out, that'll get it away from the wall. Besides the recliners, we got a lot of individual lighting here. Same thing here. Our table will fold down. If we push this yellow to the right, that'll jackknife this table. Put the table. You do not see lips on this table for a bed, so I'm not sure how far that folds down. So keep that in mind. Normally you've got a brace around the bottom of that dinette. I do not see one on there. On our fridge, turn that on here. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you're unplugged, you're on gas. Push that in for gas. If this light comes on, check your gas. Over here, 1 through 5, 5 being the coldest. Generally, we also have AC picked by itself, but generally we keep that on auto. Down beside your fridge is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. If you are out dry camping and you're going to be gone for the day, use that battery disconnect up front, otherwise this will start to run your battery down. Extension on our table here. In our kitchen area, got a cover for your country kitchen. 110 with GFCI reset. You got a self-explanatory microwave. Here's that working. Light and fan. Above your cooktop here. Turn that to light, hit your spark, and your gas is on. That's how them light up. So same thing on your oven. Just turn this to light where it says pilot, hit your spark, that'll light your pilot light. And once it's lit, go ahead and turn this to the desired temperature. So be careful, you gotta push that once you get it over, push it and light it, that'll light that again. Over here you got a sound system. Let's turn it on. I'm try to find your remotes. Sound system, AM, FM, Bluetooth. I went and found your remote. Turn that on. I will tell you, when you get to the campsites, go into your menu, go into your digital channel scan. Run a digital channel scan for all the local channels, and make sure you turn this to the right to have your antenna up, to the left to travel. Also remote for your stereo system. Down below the entertainment center is your is your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s and a couple 40s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Coming back into our bathroom, turn on our light and fan. That fan has a hand crank open. Exhaust. Little plumbing to maintain. Access panel right there underneath your bathroom plumbing here. This bedroom door, you want to have that snapped open for travel. There's smoke alarm here, hand crank without an exhaust. Lighting here, and back here is our thermostat. It says it's 92 in here, I believe that. Let's go through the mode and turn on the air. Up here is your air. You have a quick dump, which will open up and release all the cool air down in here. Or when you close it, it will blast it through. So the trick is when you first arrive, leave it open, allows it to cool, suck this cold air in here and cool it even more. And then close your quick dump here, and that'll start blasting cool air through the regular vents. You'll also notice if I shut your AC off, it generally shuts off kind of quickly. But then when you turn on your furnace, that takes a few minutes to run through. I'm waiting for the AC to shut off. So you got a smoke alarm there and some storage under your bed. It's on hydraulics that holds it up for you. Separate doorway for your bedroom, and some individual lighting here. Alright, AC shut off. Now I'm unfortunately going to have to turn on the heat. Turn the furnace on to 89. It might not turn on. It's hotter than it in here. Maybe it will. Yeah, it's 97 in here. And this is set to 90, so it's not kicking on. But generally, once you turn your heat off, it takes a few minutes for that heat fan to cycle through before it actually shuts off. Alright, that about covers everything in here. So act like we're leaving the campsite and close it up real quick. I like to come to my control panel and shut off my ceiling lights. And then I can see all of the individual lighting I need to walk through and shut off. All these bedroom lights. Make sure that door is secure. Go through and shut your vents off. Close up all your vents. Then I like to say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Turn your ceiling back on. And just hit slide in. Make sure that your extension, if you have that up over here in the kitchen, that is back down. Otherwise that will catch on it. Check your sofa, make sure it's pushed back against the wall. Again, we're just making sure nothing's going to stop our slides from coming in. Once that's in, shut off for ceiling lights and exit the unit. Alright, if we are out dry camping, we're going to come around up underneath our freshwater tank, dump our freshwater, bring up our stabilizing jacks, and head on home. Hook up our hitch and head on home or to our nearest dump station. There's a low point drain, dump that freshwater tank. If we're at a campsite, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our water, our cable, Hook up and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is right in front of your tires on your off-camp side. Hook up your hose, get up underneath here, and pull your black handle. That's one all the way over here to the left. Tires right there, that's black. It's actually gray in color, but there's your black tank. Once that's done, sounds like it's no longer draining. Go inside, check the level of your black tank. Leave that handle open, grab the hose at the dump station, and hook it up to this tank flush. Let that run for a good 5 minutes, emphasizing with that black handle open. Wash out your tank for a good 5 minutes. Remove that hose, make sure all the washout you just put in there has drained, and then pull your gray handle right here. While your gray's draining, go ahead and go around to your hot water heater. Done camping for the season. Go ahead and lift up on this pressure release valve. I can dump that hot water out of there for you. Just like that. When that's done, pull your drain plug, and that'll get the remainder of your hot water out of there. When that gray is done, close that gray handle, grab the sewage hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Imagine for many years to come. Happy camping.